Gautam Buddha was once seated with his followers. King Ajatashatru arrived at the same time and questioned the Buddha. "O Lord, ever since I became your disciple, everyone has been taking advantage of me. They are unfairly taking advantage of my composure. I was such a cruel person. Everyone feared me before I became one of your followers. I would sentence somebody to death without hesitation. I don't feel like punishing anyone now that I am your disciple, though, and I don't get angry. I have calmed down and now have sympathy for everyone. But some individuals are unfairly taking advantage of my composure, and this has also put the citizens of my nation at some risk. As a result, I am having a lot of issues with my country's governance. Please advise me on what I should do." As soon as Buddha hears this from King Ajatashatru, he tells him a story. This is how the story unfolds. A poisonous snake once nested in a hole beneath a large tree. The tree was in a field's corner close to a village. The snake bit a number of individuals fatally when it attacked them, often without even the smallest provocation. Because of their fear of snake, people were frightened to approach the tree. When a monk was walking through the community one day, he spotted this lovely tree. Before continuing, he made the decision to meditate under its shade. The locals noticed the monk while driving their cows home and cautioned him about the snake. They warned him that this snake is extremely deadly and will bite anyone who approaches it. The monk smiled as he made his way to the tree. The villagers fled from there. The snake emerged from its hole with an enraged hiss and was ready to bite as the monk sat down to meditate. The snake magically starts talking to the monk when the monk chants a mantra while staring straight into the snake's eyes. "Oh man, don't you fear me?" the snake tells the monk. "Don't you realize that this is my neighborhood and nobody would dare enter it?" "My dear friend, what is there to fear in this?" the monk asked with kindness. "I have no fears, no desire to survive, and no dread of death. I have no reason to fear you. You really bite other people out of fear that nobody will kill you." The snake was shocked to hear this from the monk. He had only come across individuals to this point who either attempted to kill him or fled in fear. However, he had never encountered someone who did not fear him. When the snake heard this, it wrapped itself around the monk's feet and said, "O Lord, you are correct. All I have done up till now has been done to save my life. A lot of people would kill me if I didn't do this." "You are correct," the monk continued. "But keep in mind that life will end eventually, so killing people is not the right thing to do. Instead, give up your attachment to your life and learn to love others unconditionally." The monk then turned around and walked away. After hearing the monk's comments, the snake made the decision to stop biting people going forward. He gives up his temper and quits biting others. But when others noticed that the snake had quit biting others, the outcome was the exact reverse. They began to take unfair advantage of this situation. People who used to avoid him out of fear are starting to catch him now. People would now make fun of him, hurt him, and scratch him. The snake was now constantly harmed and wounded. He was depressed. He was going through the most difficult period of his life. The monk returned to that village one day and sat beneath the same tree. He suddenly noticed that snake. He was shocked to find him in such a miserable condition. "Oh, my friend, how did you end up in such a miserable state?" he questioned. "Who caused you harm?" "O blessed one, you commanded me to give up my wrath and not bite others. Ever since I left my violent nature and chose peace, I haven't bitten anyone," the snake retorted. "People have started misbehaving with me since then. Now, no one is frightened of me. People come, hurt me, and abandon me in a sad state. For me, life has been quite challenging." When the monk heard this from the snake, he replied, "My dear friend, it appears that you have misunderstood my message. I warned you against biting others needlessly. But I didn't stop you from hissing in self-defense." After sharing this tale with the king, Ajatashatru, Buddha questioned the monarch, "King, what have you learned from this tale? Are you misinterpreting my message the same way that snake did? I advised you to give up your ruthless character, but I didn't advise you to give up your kingly duties. You must carry out your responsibilities as a king by projecting strength from the outside. You can then discipline everyone in your empire if you want to. By being strict, you must uphold the legal system in your state so that people in your country may live in peace and without any sense of unease. As a result, you must lead like a monk from the inside and a king from the outside." If we look around us, we will notice that this frequently occurs to good people. People frequently try to exploit the decency of others. As a result, people who are good encounter several challenges throughout their lives. Such gentlemanly individuals ought to take a lesson from the Buddha's narrative. They must realize that occasionally people will try to take advantage of your kindness. They attempt to unfairly profit from your good nature. You must act appropriately given the circumstances if you want to keep such people within their boundaries. You should act out your anger if it's necessary to maintain order. You can complete it without interfering with your state of mind, like an actor who portrays anger in a play but is not actually upset, because he understands that it is all part of the game. In a similar manner, you must act wisely in this world to keep everything in order. This is a life skill, and if you can master it, no one will be able to stop you from leading a happy and successful life. Keep life simple, Be happy always.